the Lakers have won 8 games in a row. Hey, Charles, we're talking about the Lakers again.
Charles don't like that.
Of all the people that know, Charles knows what sports are about. Sports are about stories.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you tell me what's the better story. Luka Doncic getting traded, arguably the biggest trade in NBA history during the season, and LeBron James at age 40 playing this way, or OKC and the Cavs. It's about stories. What's the more compelling storyline?
Shannon Sharpe calls out Charles Barkley for dissing ESPN. Check out what he had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
Luka's controlling the game because he has someone that, of all the guys that he played with, the one guy that reminds him of himself is Luka Doncic.
The Luka, LeBron, great fit. They look like they're going to be a great duo for years to come. Even though LeBron is in his 22nd year, he can stay around for another 2 or 3 years just to see how this plays out. So I like what I'm seeing with the Lakers. They have an opportunity to win a championship this season.
A guy that can control the tempo, the pace of the game. I want it to be this, I'm going to play at this pace. I want it to be that, I'm going to play at that pace. They were sensational tonight. The arena was electric, and they get a hard-fought victory over a good team, not a great team, a good team in the Knicks.
It's special. I didn't know it would look the way it did this early. Obviously, it was kind of shaky with Luka not having any type of rhythm. His legs weren't up underneath him. He was coming off an injury. But the way they look right now, I mean, listen, when you talk about LeBron being able to play another 2, 3, maybe even 4 years, with Lonzo being able to carry the load, it's a possibility.
Yeah, again, LeBron, he has the opportunity to really play this out. Yeah, he can retire after this season, got his 50K plus points overall. So, the red carpet is out for LeBron. Let me go ahead and lead the game while I'm still currently on top, just as far as being like a top 5 or top 10 player in the NBA at age 40. So he's good. He's pretty much done what he can do. Don't know how many championships he can win within the next 2 to 3 years, but his chances of winning multiple championships now were much greater 3 and 4 years ago, especially after the bubble championship. That may have been the peak of LeBron winning championships, but now that you got Luka Doncic, that kind of opens the lane up for more possibilities of winning a championship. So if you're LeBron, you really got to think about this. Speak with the fam, talk to wifey, let her know, like, look, I may end up playing another 2-3 years. What's your thoughts about that? So a lot of decisions are coming soon in the LeBron James household.
Listen, I'm not much of a Laker fan. I mean, as you are, I'm a fan of the game of basketball now that I'm continuing to learn the game. As time goes on, I'm excited for the Lakers in general. Like, the Knicks didn't play bad, huh? The Knicks didn't play bad at all. Obviously, the first, second quarter, the Lakers really didn't start to get it going until the third quarter and get in the sinking rhythm for themselves. But I really enjoyed tonight's game.
Yeah, these are the type of games the Lakers were losing this season, last season, really the last few years. You didn't really know what to expect from the Lakers. Didn't know what type of team they were going to be. But it's a lot of consistency going on. Of course, you got Luka and LeBron, but you got Austin Reeves. You finally have Gabe Vincent that's healthy and making his threes, playing defense, looking like Miami Gabe Vincent. You got Rui that's playing great. You got Vando, he's back. Hayes, he's decent. So you got a full team, a great core of players. And who knows, they could get better this summer depending on contract-wise. They may be able to get more players or at least 1 or 2 very good rotational players. So the Lakers, they're legit. Their whole roster, they're aligned. They're one. And again, they have an opportunity to make a huge playoff run. And don't be surprised if they win a championship.
Yeah, I did too. I think the thing is, Ocho, when you get Luka playing, and I mean, he's making some big shots. I'm sure he's not as consistent as he's like to be, but 32, 12, 7, 4 steals, 4 made threes. LeBron was 31, 12, 8, 1 block, 11 of 23. The Lakers have won 8 games in a row. Hey, Charles, we're talking about the Lakers again.
Charles don't like that.
Of all the people that know, Charles knows what sports are about. Sports are about stories. Now, you tell me what's the better story. Luka Doncic getting traded, arguably the biggest trade in NBA history during the season, and LeBron James at age 40 playing this way, or OKC and the Cavs. It's about stories. What's the more compelling storyline?
Right.
Yeah, of course. I'm in entertainment. I'm a content creator. We all know, talking about LeBron, talking about Luka, talking about LA, talking about the Warriors, Bronny, you got your key names to where you talk about them consistently, you're going to be able to grow your platform. So I hear what Charles Barkley is saying. He wants, people to talk about OKC, talk about the Cavs, talk about the Celtics, or just other teams other than LA, the Warriors, Jimmy, Luka, and LeBron, but they're not going to get clicks and views. And I understand that on a smaller scale. And, Shannon Sharpe, he ride for LeBron, so he will crash out on Charles Barkley. So, Charles, be careful when you run into Kendrick Perkins that you called out. He looked like he ready to put hands on you. And, Shannon Sharpe, he will crash out by Bron. So, Charles, he got some beef going on at ESPN once the TNT crew goes to ESPN next season. Real talk, man. Be careful.
How many times you see the paper lead if the Lakers and Luka play, the Cavs and OKC play, what story, and Luka and them do what they do, what you think they're leading with?
Of course.
It's always been like this. Mm-hmm. The same reason they always led with Michael Jordan, no matter what anybody else did, that was the lead. He was the more compelling story, Ocho.
Yeah.
That's how sports go. Listen. That's what, Ocho, you know what? This is why they have announcers. Because they're telling you a story. Mm-hmm. If not, you can just watch the game. Why you need to hear? Because they're painting a picture for you.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they do.
Again, Charles knows what's going on. And again, I'm not saying that he's wrong, but, you got a voice. You got the power to speak. You got a huge audience. So you go ahead and talk about Cleveland. Talk about OKC consistently. Start a new podcast. Start a YouTube channel and really push those narratives out there. Again, I rock with Charles. I would like to hear other teams get talked about. I know how the media game works, even on this smaller scale that I'm on. But still, if I want clicks, if I want views, I'm going to cover LeBron. I'm going to cover the controversies. I'm going to cover LeBron and Stephen A. Smith having their little confrontation during the Lakers game or after the Lakers game. I'm going to cover that type of stuff because I know it's going to drive revenue, views, and everything on my channel. Again, Shannon, he knows it. He's independent with the Nightcap and the Club Shay Shay. And then he's major with ESPN and had his run on Fox, FS1 with Undisputed. He knows the type of topics that you have to talk about in order to drive viewership. Charles, you know better than that, bro. Again, push your narratives on your platform on TNT. They'll give you leeway to talk about pretty much everything.
In order to catch a beat, you got to have some honey. And the honey is the Lakers, the Cowboys, and the Yankees.
Yep.
And it will always be that way. Now, there are other teams. There are other stories, but the stories will never be that of the Lakers, the Yankees, and the Cowboys for some reason. And how long? I just honestly, you would know better than I have. How long have they always been the go-to when it comes to story?
The Celtics, excuse me, the Yankees have been since the 20s.
The what?
When they had Babe Ruth since the 20s. You have to realize. What do you think the pinstripe? Yankee pinstripe.
The 20.
Put it in the suit.
1920s.
The 20s. Yes, that's how long the Yankees have been in the lexicon. You look at the great players, and they win championships when you got Babe Ruth, and you got Lou Gehrig, and you got Mantle, and you got Berra, and you got DiMaggio, Whitey Ford.
Again, Lakers, they're cemented. The Yankees, the Cowboys, these are teams to where in each major sport, you're going to continue to talk about because, again, people are going to tune in. You're going to get your YouTube views, your viewership views on television. It all makes sense. Again, I understand what Charles is saying. I try to mix it up here and there, but you look at the analytics. All right, I'm going to talk about the Lakers for a few videos. Then I'm going to talk about the OKC Thunder for a few videos. I'm going to compare the analytics, compare and contrast. If everybody's tuning in for the Lakers conversations and reaction videos, and I'm only getting a few percentages on OKC, all right, I'm going to do the 80-20 rule. I'm going to talk about the Lakers 80% of the time, then the other 20%. I'll mix and match other teams and, see what I can do. But again, if I know that on a smaller scale, Charles, I don't know if you're trolling or you just pissed off. I know it's about to be the end for you as far as media after this ESPN run, but he going out in flames. And again, I respect it. Continue to stand on business. But again, Kendrick Perkins, he want all the smoke.
And you got Magic, you got Worthy, you got Wilkes, you got McAdoo. Come on. And then you get Shaq and Kobe. Yep. And then you get Kobe again. And now you got LeBron. You had LeBron and AD. And now you got LeBron and Luka. Yeah. Now the Cowboys haven't had the superstar like these teams have had. I mean, you got to go back to the 90s when you're dealing with Troy, Emmett, and the triplets.
Right.
They've had very good players. They've had Hall of Fame players. Larry Allen, you got DeMarcus Ware, Dez had a season or two, CD's playing well, but not like what the Lakers and the Yankees try. When you talk about the Lakers and the Yankees and what they trot out there compared to what the Cowboys have trotted out there, say, just the last 25, 30 years, it's been different.
Yeah, real talk. And again, shout out to the Lakers. Keep playing great. They're only going to be talked about more. The better that they do, the more wins that they get. And especially if they go on a playoff run, not only are they going to be talked about during the season, but during the offseason as well. What moves can they make? That's going to help push the NBA when they have their layoff moment between June and like October, November. You know what you got to cover to kind of keep your sports content going. So it is what it is. But shout out to Charles. Again, if you're going to stand on business, continue to stand on business. And again, you got a lot of people that's coming at you. So don't shy away from this. Keep throwing your shots, and it is what it is. But hey, you see what I got on my head. You see the beanie I got on. I got the LA Lakers, man. Let's run it. I'm a bandwagon fan. I don't care.